Hello, my man. Welcome back. In this day's episode, I'm going to be talking to mastering your emotions. And I'm going to give you 3 secrets, 3 tips that every blended family dad should know when it comes to being the master of that. Because you know just as well as I do that you are no good to your family if you are a complete disaster. If you are falling apart, if you are having a meltdown of your own, it has this effect of being a domino effect in some cases. So if this is your first time watching, taking a peek, welcome. And I want to invite you to subscribe. I'm working my way up to not just 1,000, but 10,000 subscribers, even more. And I would love for you to pass this video along for any blended family dads who need a real boost right now, a real boost at what they do. Because if you're like me, there are many blended family dads out there. There are many dads out there that just they need to know that there's somebody out there that is looking out for them. So, first timers, welcome. Hit the little subscribe button right here. That's all you do, subscribe, and then hit all. What that does is it allows all of my videos and content without any restriction to be sent to you. And it doesn't restrict that. For all you, welcome back, and please share this video with all that it is and how it inspires you. Send it on to men that really need to hear some of these things. All right, let's get into it. Master your emotions. Woo! Okay. Not so easy, is it? Because there are a number of different things at play. You've got your kids in amongst your bonus kids, and then you've got some sort of pecking order. You've got, and let's be honest, it doesn't go as easy as that, because there's even layers within those layers of what that looks like and how the treatment goes. Sometimes you go a little bit harder on your own kids. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you go harder on your bonus kids. It depends on the situation sometimes. And I mean, and I'm not saying that is the right thing to do, but it all depends on you. And here's how we get a hold. Here's how you lasso your emotions. Number 1, you recognize your triggers. What are your triggers? You've spent enough time with your new family now, your blended family. You have had wonderful opportunities to see what those triggers are. For me, it's typically things like the nonchalant, yes, we will, no, we won't, that my kids say automatically without thinking. And you think, well, that shouldn't be a trigger because that's something that just kids they say those things a lot. Yeah, but I want them to be actively thinking about their responses and what that means. So it doesn't as much trigger me, but it gets me in a place of, let's get them more involved. Let's get them thinking actively thinking, versus this passive autopilot thing. And you know what? I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty and complacent of that every now and then. Just my wife and I went out for brunch, and the waitress came along and asked how everything was doing, and I automatically said good. And then I looked at my wife. I said, I guess I owe $1 to the complacency jar, because I just said the word that I agreed to with our kids not to say it, because I wasn't actively thinking about it. So your triggers, what are they? Trigger words that your wife or your kids could use. Situations. It could be a situation in which you find yourself in, which is not conducive to what you really want. So that could be all kids jammed in a car and everyone's yelling and screaming. Triggers. All right? Have a plan for that. What are you going to do about that? Number 2. The number 2 secret here is have some breathing exercises. And you might think, whoa, Jesse, that's a little bit woo-woo. Yeah. Whoa, woo-woo. Yeah. It is, but it works, because if you're able to Just focus on your breathing. Just for you. In crucial moments, you will get grounded. You will get to a place where you can start thinking, because you're starting to oxygenate your brain. When you're frustrated or panicked or you're upset, you're doing this. You're taking shorter breaths, and you're not even really taking breaths at all. So you're depriving your body of oxygen, which doesn't enable your brain to think the way you should. So start doing that. And you can do it a couple of different ways. You can do what's called box breathing. In for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Let out for 4 seconds. Stop for 4 seconds. And then what you do is you have a bit of a box. It's called box breathing. Another thing you can do is something that I do. It's called dragon's breath. And you do it quick. Okay, you do that quickly. And what that does is it forces oxygen in quickly. It's nice and loud too. So what it does is it helps your brain engage to the sound. It's a disruptor in a way that it helps you focus. Another thing that you can do is 4x6s. So you can do the 4 in, 6 out, 4 in, 6 out. I'm giving you breath work here. This works. Number three is have some really good affirmations. And you're sitting there smiling and go, Jesse, what kind of frou-frou stuff is this anyway? And I'm saying to you, look, it works. It works. There is vibration in your words. If you're hearing me talk right now, I'm giving you lots of oxygen, great tone, and I know my word, and I know what it sounds like. And when you put great oxygen and you put tone in the belief that you can in what you say, you get this vibration in your words. Word is powerful. Words are powerful, and they all carry a vibration. And if you say stuff like, I am strong, I am intelligent, I am worthy, and you do it over and over. I am strong, I am intelligent, I am worthy. And if you can even close your eyes if you want. This works. This works, my man. Because what it does is it charges your ability to be able to think further. You start to calm down. You start to bring awareness to the grounding. And look no further than me for evidence of this working. I'm the type of guy that I've been in situations where I've been in the car with the kids. They're all yelling and screaming, and this has been a trigger for me. So what I do is, identify the trigger. I know kids are in the car screaming. Why are they screaming? Perfect. Before we go into the car next time, I make sure that they know that there will be no screaming, no high octave shouting music or anything like that, because that it takes away my ability to be able to concentrate on driving, right? So know your triggers. Number 1. Number 2 is what? Have some decent breath work that you're doing. Number 3, have your own affirmations. Use mine as a bit of a template. Create your own. No more than 3. Rule of 3, because what you do is you start getting complicated if you get into too much of that. If this really resonated with you, I'd love to know about it. I would love to know. Feel free to comment. I want to know how well this worked for you. If it was sound advice, if it helped you today, it was something you needed to hear, or hey man, I felt like I was hearing something from a brother today and it felt awesome. It lifted me up. I'd love to hear about that. By the way, this is my new hat. This is my Noble hat, and it is brought to you by my good friend Juliana, and her website is www.stylemyfuture.com, and she does these hats. She ships them. So if you're interested, they're a great hat. Noble. It's the same hat is done, or the tinfoil hats are done as well. Back to this episode. If this resonated with you, I would love to know about it. And even further, I would love to work with you. Take a couple minutes, go to my website, thevaliantlifestyle.com. Thevaliantlifestyle.com. click the little red button, book your discovery call now, and schedule it in. Let's do 30 minutes and let's find out where you are. And who knows? We could be a great fit. And you could end up with a great coach who helps you through situations like this where you've always wanted a brother or some help. All right. And that'll be it for today. Thank you for watching. Let's do this.